I'd like to welcome everyone to the few minutes we have together on the Parsha. This week's Sedra is Parshas Matos and Massei, and we will finally be caught up between us in Chutz La'aretz and those in Eretz Yisrael. In Parshas Matos, it says 3 words which are found only 2 times in the entire Torah. Zos Chukas HaTorah. One time is in Parshas Chukas, in which it talks about the purity after being exposed to a mace, a dead body, and the second time in this week's Sedra in Matos, where it talks about the cleansing of vessels and the purity of vessels. Both of these are absolutely necessary for the continuance of Jewish life. When introducing the question of the Geulei Nachrim, as it's called, the purification of the vessels that the Jewish people must do by kashering them after the war with Midian, it says that this section is told to Elazar HaKohen. It was told to Elazar HaKohen. And Rashi quotes right there, and he says, the reason it was told to Elazar HaKohen is because in the previous psukim it said, Vayiktzov Moshe, that Moshe got angry. And Rashi says whenever Moshe got angry 3 times in the Torah, Nis'alma mimenu halacha, the halacha was lost from him. As if to say that one should not be getting angry, because when one gets angry, they have a tendency to forget halacha. It's interesting to note that in the halachas of Tisha B'Av, it mentions that a Rebbe should not hit his Talmud during the 9 days. In Hilchas Talmud Torah, it says that if a child who is learning by his Rebbe does not understand the Torah that he's being taught, the Rebbe should not get angry, but rather they should work further and more carefully to try to explain so that the Torah is learned. It's not only during the 9 days that one shouldn't get angry. The Torah is telling us that anger brings about some of the greatest errors, and that Moshe Rabbeinu himself, who was Anav Mikol Ha'adam, and who was the leader of Klal Yisrael, and the leader of the Jewish people who brought the Torah to the Jewish people, the Torah does not hesitate to point out the error that Moshe made when he got angry. The Sipurei Chasidim brings down the story of Reb Mordechai Menishkes, who wanted so to get a hold of a beged for which to make tzitzis, that the beged should come from Eretz Yisrael. After all, he was in Europe, and he wanted to get a hold of a garment for which he could make tzitzis, that the garment should at least come from Eretz Yisrael. And finally, after much difficulty, he was able to secure a garment from Israel. And he gave it to his student to fold and to cut out the neck so that he could put it over his head, because it came as one whole piece. And when the student cut it, he folded it doubly and unfortunately made 2 neck holes in the tzitzis. When Reb Mordechai found out about it, the student thought for sure that he would be angry, but Reb Mordechai said no. The truth is, this beged needed 2 neck holes. 1 because of the mitzvah of tzitzis, and 1 so that Mordechai of Nishkes should not get angry. The Torah is teaching us that in this time when we need so much Rachmei Shamayim to come close to Hashem, we shouldn't forget the halacha of not getting angry. Take this opportunity to wish everyone a wonderful, good Shabbos. And if Yetz Hashem, next week, even though it's Tisha B'Av, on Shabbos, we will continue to supply a Dvar Torah. Good Shabbos.